Yo, what is up guys? Ethan here back in another video, and today I'm just going to be having no script, no information, just going off the top of my head on this video. And also I have no clue how long this video is, like my predictions. I know it's going to be between 7 to 12 minutes. I have no clue how long this one's going to be. Also this graphic's probably not going to be on the screen. I'll probably just have some college football stadium drone shots on the screen in a little bit, but let's get to the focus of the video: how coronavirus will affect college football this year. And personally, I think what college football will eventually be doing or saying is all non-conference games will not be played this year, and the only games that will be played will be conference games. And at this point, that will probably be in, depending on some, like, I know I just did the LSU schedule video. They play Ole Miss a little bit earlier this year. Looking at a few other ones, Oregon play, actually no, that's good. Florida plays Kentucky in week 2. Oklahoma plays Baylor early. Actually, no, that was their first game. My bad. But like Florida and LSU, they played some of their conference games early this year, and I don't know how it's gonna affect. And also, you have to think about Notre Dame, UConn, UMass, and all those other independent schools in Division I. How will they have scheduling? For the independents, personally, I believe that they'll play every single independent team. So, for example, Notre Dame will go to UConn, and then they will be home versus UMass, and is Army. I'm pretty sure Army does not have a conference, so Army will have to go to Notre Dame. But those will be a few new conferences, and I think we'll start later because the Oregon governor came out and said a few days ago that no public events with fans will be held in the state of Oregon, or I think you know what I mean, until October. And personally, yes, I do think that's a little late. I would think like early to mid-September. And that could be crucial to probably one of the best games played this year, which is Ohio State at Oregon. And you may be asking, okay, how, if these scheduling things are going to be played, how will I be doing my schedule previews? And I'll still be just doing the full listed games until like the NCAA comes out with something. So, like I just did LSU, I'm still going to have every single game on, and I'll be going over every single game. But even though all of them may not be played, like LSU may not play versus UTSA, Texas, Rice, and Nichols, I'm still going to project wins in those. For the early conference games, like how will those be played out? I personally think they're going to move it all down. And I think like November, that's going to be doing it. I think they'll start either like the last week of September, early October. And they'll play no non-conference games, only conference games. And you will have one bye, which the NCAA will be setting up. So, I'm just going to use LSU because that is the most recent video I just did. So, you play home versus Ole Miss, and then you go to Florida, and then you go to Arkansas, and then you'll have like a bye week in between there, and then you go back home after the bye, and you play Mississippi State, Alabama, and South Carolina, and then you just go on the road at Auburn and Texas A&M. So each team will have one bye, and you'll only play your conference games, and that's how I think it's going to be going for college football. Like I said, I'll be going over every single game, even if it's non-conference, for my series previews. It already has affected some recruiting. Like, look at Tennessee. There's no way that all these top players are going to Tennessee if it wasn't for this coronavirus. Well, I'm sorry to you Tennessee fans out there, but personally, I think you would still do good. But during this coronavirus, I think some players are just going there just for the sake of it. Well, I don't know what's going on in their minds, but my that's besides the point. But excuse me. But that's how I think coronavirus will affect college football. Like I said, I touched on it briefly earlier. I'm not exactly sure how Notre Dame, UMass, UConn. I'm not even sure if UConn will even have a football program this year. I haven't looked into it, but all I know is they're gonna be out of the American. But that's besides the point. They're gonna be looking for some games. For at least Notre Dame's sake, do you add them to the ACC and you redo ACC scheduling? Because besides football, Notre Dame's sports and all those sports that they have, like basketball, hockey. I'm not sure about hockey, but basketball, they play in the ACC. So maybe refix the ACC scheduling, and you'll add Notre Dame for exactly 1 year. And that I don't know how Notre Dame will be felt about that, but I could definitely see that happening. So I don't know if I'm missing out on anything for college football. So overview on what this video is. I may just make another video later. I do think non-conference games will not be played this year. So rest in peace to Ohio State versus Oregon, North Carolina versus Auburn, and all those other fantastic non-conference games. Oh, my bad. Another early game would be Georgia at Alabama. But so you would only play your conference teams, and you would only have one bye week, which the NCAA scheduling committee or whatever will figure out themselves. So that's how I think the college football season is gonna look. And also you have to look into some states. Like, okay, so you have UConn. Actually, no, New England's terrible. So you would have like Rutgers in New Jersey, and you have Syracuse, and you have Pittsburgh, Penn State, that region. Okay, coronavirus is not bad here. We'll allow a few fans into the stadium. But looking at Penn State, they have to go to Virginia Tech, and for Virginia, that could be terrible with like the cases. So you could have no college football with Virginia Tech, Virginia, and all the other schools. So those are just minimal things, but those were non-conference games. But that can also be applied into actual conference games. If you go to the ACC, if Virginia is not doing good and Boston College is not doing good, what would happen with those teams? You can't have Virginia Tech, and Boston College play, but you can have Clemson, Miami, Florida State, Louisville, Georgia Tech, all those teams play. That would just not be fair. So, I'm not sure quite about that, but I think college football is going to have a little delay at the start. Most, if not all, conference games will be played. Most, if not none, non-conference games will not be played. And that's my personal opinion on how college football will be doing. And yeah, I just want to give you a brief summary on how I think things will be happening. Yesterday, my LSU video came up. Either tomorrow or the next upcoming days. I already have, my bad about that, but I have Georgia, Penn State, Oregon, Florida, and Oklahoma predictions already set up. All I have to do is just do the graphics and voiceover. So guys, that was a quick recap, and this is probably the approximate range I thought this video was going to be. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and like always, have a good day. Peace out.